Guys, Cerys here. So Red Post very kindly asked me to be a part of their Training Tips Tuesday series, and they asked me to do a little video about boredom breakers. So if your arena looks like mine at the moment, which I'm sure it does as it's January, as you can see it is very snowy still and a bit wet and soggy, and just it's still quite firm, so it's not really very rideable, to be honest. For me, when the arena is like this, I do a lot of in-hand work with the horses, just in walk, just to get them thinking and moving their bodies and being supple and just, keeping them a bit interested. It can get a bit boring for them and they can get a bit excited if they've had quite a few days off. But I've just set up 3 different exercises you can do in walk, in hand, and yeah, let me talk through them with you guys, and it could be something that you can start doing with your horse too. So the first exercise is 3 to 4 poles set out vertically, and you basically just walk your horse over the poles in a snaking fashion, which you will see very soon with Mary. The second exercise I have set up is a maze exercise, which involves 6 poles, and basically you're just walking your horse through the maze in walk, and yeah, it's super helpful, and I'll go through it a little bit more once Mary is showing it to you guys. And the last exercise is super easy to set out, as you just place poles down on the ground in a random arrangement and making sure they are 1 step apart. You've seen the 3 exercises, let's go get Mary and she can show you how it's done, hopefully. So first of all, I'm just going to give her a walk around for about 5 minutes, just to make sure her legs are stretched, and then I will set up the camera and show you how to do the exercises. So here we are trying out the first exercise. I find all of these exercises online, whether it's Facebook, Google or Instagram. There are literally endless pages that have lots of different exercises you can do with your horses with poles, whether it's on the ground or under saddle. So this first exercise, as I said, you just lay out 3 to 4 poles in a vertical line and walk your horse over the poles in a snaking fashion. Obviously, to start off with, you start off with a wider line, and then you slowly, gradually reduce the loops to increase the intensity and challenge for your horses. You can also raise the poles if you want to make it super difficult. This exercise is really great just to teach your horse where they're putting their legs, as well as encouraging them to step under themselves and improving their limb stability. So yeah, I absolutely loved trying this one with Mary. It was really interesting to see how much easier she found it on one rein compared to the other. So it also helps you to find out their weaker side of their body, which, every single horse has a weaker side of their body like we do. So the maze exercise involves 6 poles in which you walk your horse through the poles, and the idea is to not let them touch the poles. So you can space the poles out further if you'd like to make it easier, and obviously the closer they are together, the harder they are to not touch. This encourages equal bend, as well as developing suppleness and improving their coordination. As well as this, it teaches the horse to step under themselves and round with their hind and forelimbs. I really enjoyed watching her work this one out, although to be honest she found it pretty easy, so I'd definitely make it a little bit more difficult for her next time. The last exercise we tried was setting out 6 random poles, 1 step apart from each other, but in different angles to almost confuse them and make them work out where they're stepping. You can also walk them over the poles in different directions too, and different angles to kind of confuse them, and again make them work out where they're going and making sure they're not, stepping on the poles. This is great to also help with their coordination as well as their limb stability and balance, and it also encourages them to activate their core. Obviously all these exercises are done in hand. The maze one you can do under saddle, but the crazy poles and the 3 poles in a line are mainly to be done in hand in walk. Well, I would say that was a success. The one that she found the hardest was the 3 poles in the vertical line, which to be honest I expected. But yeah, I'm super pleased with her. She was concentrating really well, and she was thinking about what she was doing, so perfect. I really hope you've got some ideas there for stuff that you can do with your horses when your arena's frozen, and yeah, hopefully pretty soon we can be back riding in the sun. But who knows, with England Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys soon.